You're watching the Keith Kresin Coaches Show, news and information about Beloit Lady Trojan basketball. Coach, win one, lose one after back-to-back losses to Clay Center and Southeast. You come out last night and beat Republic County 50-29. Going back to the Southeast game last Friday, a 66-31 loss. A little disappointed in the outcome, but you knew it was capable, and sooner or later you're going to have a blowout loss. And how do you take care of things after a blowout loss?
Well, coming off the loss to Clay Center against a really good team, and then playing Southeast, that was a really good team, but a different team. We played better against Clay Center than we did Southeast. Southeast does not have a lot of size, but they're quick. They are extremely aggressive all the time, and that's the way they came out. They came out and they jumped on us, and they shot unbelievable. Every shot was falling. 50% from three-point land, and But the thing about it, some of them were uncontested threes. And I know, John, I'm not a sharpshooter, I should say, but I can shoot the ball pretty good when no one's contesting my shot. I didn't feel like we ever had a defensive flow. We just seemed to be lackadaisical out there, lost, couldn't find our man, and it just kept snowballing, and they kept the pressure up. And that's something that we talked about even after the game. It's hard to get beat in the fashion that we did. Granted, they're a good team. They played extremely well. We can say we didn't play well. We had a little sickness going around. A lot of things add up into it. But there's something that we can control. That's the desire to play. That's our defensive effort. That's everything. Playing extremely hard each and every possession, whether or not it's offense and defense. I don't think we did that. I know that when things are not going your way, you kind of get down just a little bit. I get it. But I think that we should be able to control our play. No matter what the outcome is, you play hard. And I thought that we had a little letdown throughout the game, and it just kept going and going. And it's one of them games to where no matter what we kind of tried, nothing really worked. It wasn't our night against them, and they took full advantage of it. But again, when you have 30 turnovers in a game, that's entirely, our guards. We talked about the first show that we ever did this year about how much that we were going to miss Peyton Remus from last year's squad, and we got capable girls of stepping up into that role, but just the leadership on the floor, and taking care of the ball and communicating things, we're lacking that right now. We're getting better at it, and it's still really early in the season. We got a lot of ball ahead of us, but that's something that we got to look for. And if our bigs are not touching the ball, just like everybody knows, we're going to struggle with a lot of different things. But we got good shooters. We just got to take care of the ball and value the ball and be patient and run offense.
Keith Kresin Coaches Show on the Boden Sports Network, brought to you by Storch Stop and Shop, downtown Glen Elder, Beloit Country Club, Owen Chiropractic in Beloit. Well, Coach, we look back at the Southeast game. You're down 41-21. You go into the half. Kind of talk about the adjustments that were made, and they come out and scored 25 points in the second half, which is good defensively, but you only scored 10 offensively. So when you're down 41-21, things aren't going good. What do you tell the girls, and what adjustments were made at half to come out and play better defense?
Well, we talked at halftime, that we didn't have a start the way we wanted to, and we had to take care of the ball better. And, we could work ourselves back into the ball game. They weren't going to shoot a high percentage, and they didn't shoot as high a percentage in the second half as what they did the first half. So we played man the whole first half. We switched to a zone, and I thought we contested shots a little bit better, but we didn't rebound really well out of the zone. But the defense, we played with a lot more intensity and stuff. But offensively, again, just their on-ball pressure just made us struggle big time. They switch every screen. Of course, they don't have a lot of height, but they play extremely hard. we talked about last week, I think, about our youthfulness on the floor at the guard position. They had two freshmen on the floor that, I mean, they ate us alive. So, but they have a whole lot more experience as far as playing ball in the summer and stuff like that there. So what goes around, the more you work at it, the better you are. But again, offensively, we couldn't get any rhythm in the second half, and but I felt like our effort in the second half was better than the first half.
Cassandra Thompson led the team with 20 points. Ironically, 10 of those 17 points came from the free throw line. So not only can she shoot, drive, but she can also make free throws.
Yeah, and she's someone that we did talk about after the game that, she played hard the entire game. It was her type. The matchups, she's strong inside, and she had a really nice game when she got the ball. But, I mean, she was shooting shots, getting her own rebounds, getting fouled, going to the line. If we had four other girls that night that played like her, it would have been really one good ball game. That is, if we would have took care of the ball. Because taking care of the ball, if you got 30 turnovers, okay, say they cut it down to half, so we got 15 more opportunities to score. It wouldn't even have to be half, but just having possession of the ball. But it didn't work out that way, but we'll get better at it.
Coach Keith Kresin Show on the Boden Sports Network, brought to you by Beloit Country Club, 3167 Halley Trail Road, 785-738-3184. Spring is just around the corner. Open Wednesday through Saturday. Best food, best drinks. Now taking spring memberships for both golf and social activities. Well, Coach, you come in last night and beat Belleville, Republic County 50-29 after not making any three-pointers against Southeast. You were 4 of 6 from three-point land. 10 of 16 from the free throw line. Had double figures from Olivia Wright and Addison Butke and Reagan Cheney. Reagan Cheney came off the bench, played a great game. Talk about beating Republic County 50-29.
Well, it was a nice game. We talked about leading up to the game that we had to wipe Southeast off. We had to prepare another game because Repco, they got their first win, and it creates a lot of excitement. Granted, and I'm not taking anything away from Repco, they're not Southeast, they're not Clay Center. So again, I felt like if we didn't have any hangovers from the two previous losses, we show up to play, we should win the game. And that's kind of the way that we started out. We were more aggressive. Everything went in our favor. They have some bricks inside. We moved the ball around. We were able to score when they were playing man. They went zone. And this is what I liked about it. We tried to force the ball inside too much, but we were able to step up and hit some shots. And that's what Liv did the second half. She hit some good shots that we needed. We got capable of perimeter players to make them shots, but we have to make them consistently, because I think we got 4 girls that can shoot on the perimeter. And because again, I've said this all along, the best way, not unless you can really match up with this man, is to play us zone, pack the paint, make us beat you on the perimeter. But if that happens, we have to show patience, not forcing it inside, good ball movement, take our time, and if we do that there, we're going to get a good shot either inside, or we'll still have the shot from the outside. So the second half, we executed zone offense fairly well. We threw a little trap in there that kind of got us going on a run, and just kind of mixed it up defensively, and we played with a little more passion and aggressiveness. Talked about that I didn't like the way that we played. Well, we put some toughness drill in that we did before, but again, we got to get down on the ball or ground for loose balls and stuff, and that I think paid off, because I thought the girls were a lot more aggressive with everything defensively and even offensively. Reagan Cheney, she came in off the bench. She just keeps getting better and better. And I keep telling her, the better she plays, the longer she will stay on the floor. Because Cass and Addie are both good players, really good players. But yet, just to keep the freshness around, I know you can play harder when you're not as fatigued. But I still, again, you got to be able to play when you're tired, because some night it might not be Reg's night, some night it might not be Addie's or Cass. We got 3 post players that are very well capable of unloading and having a great night. And then you mix that in with the guards that I say that we can shoot. And when we all shoot well and we got a good inside game and we take care of the ball, we're going to be tough to beat, John.
7 players scored for you last night, but none other than Cassandra Thompson. 15 of your 19 points in the first quarter. It was great to see her start it. She kind of took the game into her own hand in the first quarter.
Yeah, Cass started, especially coming off the games that she's had. She just continues to work hard. And I think maybe she felt like she never played as well as what she could of last night or against Repco. But a lot of that there was, she'd catch and she'd try to make a move, and it wasn't there. I mean, it's just like running into a brick wall. She should have did a little bit more kicking out at times and moving the ball around and then getting it or reposting and going. But again, it was a nice win, a much needed win for us right now.
Coach, our X&O segment brought to you by Stort Stop and Shop downtown Glen Elder. Nancy and Dave have fishing and hunting supplies. They also serve pizza and the best ice cream around the lake, Wakanda. Dave recently bought several RV-related items from Becker Camper Center, open 8 to 8 daily, downtown Glen Elder. Well, Coach, I already know the answer to this, but your thoughts on the shot clock of the state of Kansas. They got it out at the GWAC, which is Colby, Goodland, Hugoton, Ulysses. Ellenwood's got one in, and Plainville used it this year. I already know the answer, but your thoughts on the shot clock in the state of Kansas.
So what is my answer?
I don't like it. It's not necessarily in the state of Kansas. It shouldn't be a part of the high school game. When you want to slow the ball down and have control of the game, it's not necessary.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. No matter what, you've seen teams that I've been associated with throughout the years. If I want to hold the ball 4 minutes and make every fan in the stand crazy, that's what I want to do. It gives lesser teams a chance to play with someone as long as you can hang on to the ball. Because pretty much most of the time, if you don't have good ball handlers or, work on some kind of set to take care of the ball, most generally the shot clock isn't going to affect, but in situations like that you're the superior team, I'm not, but I got some good guards that we can milk the clock and get the ball where we need to bring the down to a lesser possession game. The fewer possessions you have to score, the better it off is for our team. And if we run, minute and a half off the clock, get a good shot, score, there again, we probably taken 6 or 7 possessions possibly away from you because, going up and down the floor, most of the time it isn't going to affect you. But in high school, I'm not for it. But, I get the deal. We'll adjust to it when it does. We got it out at Colby when we go out there in January. So, but again, it's not going to be that big a deal other than, you might have to have a ball reversal and then a shot, just to get a shot off. But again, I'm not for it. But if it comes, we'll all get used to it. And until it comes, there might be a game here at Beloit that everybody's just dogging me, which, I can handle. It's like, man, it's got to be boring. Well, again, I want to put the girls in the best position that we as coaches feel like gives us the opportunity to compete and potentially win a basketball game.
X&O segment on the Keith Kresin Coaches Show brought to you by Stort Stop and Shop, downtown Glen Elder. See Dave and Nancy for all your needs. Open 8 to 8 daily in downtown Glen Elder. Well, up next, the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats, a team that got a lot of athleticism and got third place in the Amos Morris Classic in Russell over the weekend. Extremely good shooting team, athletic, man-to-man defense all over the floor. Your thoughts on facing a good Bearcat team on Friday night to finish up the first of the year?
Well, just like any team going into Christmas break, everybody wants to come out and play well, to have a little momentum, and going into Christmas break feel good, because this is the time of year to where if you do have that loss, it strings out longer than playing a Tuesday, losing on a Tuesday, playing on a Friday, or playing on a Tuesday, however it is. So it's important that we come out. It's a good step up from Repco, probably not as high calibered as Clay Center and Southeast. We want to come out and control the things that we need to control. Coach Batchman, he does a good job. He always gets his kids prepared to play, battled against them in the MPL and stuff. Got to be ready to go, play defense, work on and build on the things that we did well against the Repco, and continue to get better. And if we can not turn the ball over and run some good offense, and we'll be all right offensively. Defensively, we got to do a lot better job closing out on shooters and rebounding the basketball. And if we do that I look for a very competitive game, hopefully, and I feel confident that the Lady Trojans can come out on top. But we need to put a full game together, not have lulls. There's ups and downs throughout a basketball game. It's how you respond to their ups, because we're going to have some ups. We might have some downs. You like to kind of keep it kind of steady, but we got to respond to what they do to us if something comes along. And if that happens, we'll have a really nice Merry Christmas, John.
Owen Chiropractic, TJ and crew are proud to help you live better, pain-free life. CBD products and foot levelers also available. Your spine is the backbone of your entire body and needs proper alignment. For you to maintain proper health, call Owen Chiropractic, 785-738-5353. Owen Chiropractic, TJ and crew wants to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, since we're getting close to the end of the first segment, Coach, kind of talk about your expectations, and win or lose Friday night, how will your Christmas practices, what will they be like?
Well, it's always good for a little time off, and spending time with the family. I mean, there's nothing more important than that there. I think more or less the girls have been through quite a bit in, the short month that we've kind of played here. A little rest, recuperation, thoughts, spending time, good times with their family, coming back the Friday after Christmas and going and getting ready to grind, because now's when the long segment of stuff comes in. We have a lot more to put in, and but yet I'm still trying to milk it just a little bit with the girls, because we're not where we need to be is running things fluently, because now when we're developing some rotation and subs, and they're not accustomed to some of the stuff that we even got in, running with different personnel. But we'll put some new stuff in, continue our conditioning program, and get ready to come back after the first of the year and be ready to play some solid Lady Trojan basketball.
Keith Kresin Coaches Show on the Boden Sports Network, brought to you by Beloit Country Club, Owen Chiropractic of Beloit, and Stort Stop and Shop in downtown Glen Elder, Kansas. Well, Coach, pretty good start this year. Hope for bigger and better things next year, and a Happy New Year to all of you and your family. Best of luck Friday night, and have a great Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thanks a lot, John, and you all too.